Hey guys, it's Destiny, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite Stellaron hunter, Silverwolf. I'm sorry, Kafka, you're really high up there for me, but you are second best. Silverwolf is definitely my favorite. I'm going to be talking about a problem that a few people have mentioned with her, and a very easy solution that is actually free. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So to begin, regarding Silverwolf, let me give you guys the brief rundown of this character. Silverwolf is a quantum type character following the path of Nihility. She has a special ability to inflict a weakness on enemies. When Silverwolf unleashes her skill, there is a chance of inflicting a weakness onto a target enemy. The weakness type will be the same as one of the allies in combat. Her ultimate can reduce the defense of a single target enemy and deal damage to them. Whenever she attacks, she has a chance of implanting a random bug onto a target enemy, which can be a target's attack, defense, or speed. So, from the brief rundown of her kit, I do go over it more in depth in other videos, but for this video, for the brief rundown, her skill is the main thing we're going to be talking about in this particular video, and rather how majority of her kit is base chance. The reason why this matters is because her kit is heavily reliant on effect hit rate, which can range as much as her needing a lot, or not as much depending on what chance you actually want to be able to inflict debuffs onto enemies. So for a brief rundown of why effect hit rate matters, it's what can allow you to hit your debuffs onto enemies depending on how much effect hit rate you have alongside your base chance and how much effect resistance the enemy has. If there is a fixed chance, this does not really matter quite at all because it will always be that fixed chance against the resistance. But if you have a base chance, you can increase your chance of inflicting debuffs onto enemies through effect hit rate. So that is why effect hit rate matters. So now we're going to get into why people think Silverwolf can possibly be inconsistent. If she does not have enough effect hit rate, will she be inconsistent? Personally, I would believe yes, that is true. She will not be as consistent if she does not have enough effect hit rate, because then she'll be struggling to inflict the debuffs onto enemies, which consists of that weakness type effectiveness. It consists of her bugs that can reduce the attack speed and defense, and so on, which could be a major flaw to her role as a debuffer because now she's inconsistent. But of course, there's a great solution, and the solution can be for every player: whale, low spender, and especially free to play. There will be an event that will occur on the very first day of the 1.1 patch, which enables you to get Silverwolf's 4-star light cone, which you can get effect hit rate through its description. This is confirmed from HoYoverse, so we are 100% getting this light cone. This event is going to be called the Star Hunt game, and it is centered around Silverwolf, and the light cone you achieve is called Before the Tutorial Mission Starts, which I think is a really cute name. Very cute light cone. It increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 20%, and when the wearer attacks enemies that have reduced defense, regenerates 4 energy. This is while it's superimposed 1, so I would assume that since it is an event light cone and this is the only way to get it, we will be able to superimpose 5 it. With that in mind, the initial 20% initial effect hit rate will likely go to 40% effect hit rate when superimposed to 5, which is completely awesome. This is perfect, and I'm going to tell you guys why. This will allow Silverwolf to now get effectively 40% effect hit rate before relics come into play. I've been doing some math simulations for effect hit rate, and once she's here in my Silverwolf guide, I'll let you guys know exactly how much effect hit rate you will need to 100% be able to hit your skills onto enemies, which is the way that you inflict your type weakness onto them, and give multiple simulations and solutions. Just to keep in mind, of course, with the effect hit rate, this is keeping in mind her base chance at certain levels, which is why we're going to have her skill kit before I can fully calculate this for you guys. But I'm going to give Jeopard, or rather Jeppy as we like to call him, as an example, just for a mathematical example, with his E, to show how important effect hit rate is to hit debuffs onto enemies. Jeopard's E begins at a 65% base chance, and through Eidolons can be a 100% base chance. But let's go with the 65 for this example, and let's use Savrog, a character who has 50% resistance, which is very realistic resistance for a boss. So we're calculating this for boss enemies since that is what really matters here. For Jeopard's E, which is once again his skill to freeze the enemy 70% of the time, you will need this much effect hit rate, which is roughly 116% effect hit rate. Not too shabby, but having a light cone that will give you that effect hit rate will absolutely help with achieving how much effect hit rate you would realistically need. And for a quick example, let's say you had no effect hit rate on Jeppy, and you're only going off your base of chance or your base effect percentage against that 50% percentage. Now you only have a 32.5, which if we round up, a 33% chance to actually hit your freeze, which is not really good because that is a 1 in 3 chance you're actually going to be able to pull off your freeze, which is not very consistent. But now, getting back to the light cone, this will allow players to have an easier time to build Silverwolf. Of course, you'll still need effect hit rate through relics, but this light cone is an actual game changer for going about building her and allowing her to be more consistent. Without this light cone, it will be harder, much harder in my opinion, at least, and through my math simulations for her to actually hit things in her skill kit. We don't know her multipliers yet, of course, or rather her base chances, but I will calculate these once again, and it will be in my day 1 Silverwolf guide, and I'll be up at 3 AM cranking these numbers for you guys. But I feel like this is something that players absolutely need to know, so I will provide that for you guys in my guide. Also, if you are enjoying this video so far and do want to see that guide, make sure to subscribe for more, and let's carry on. Now that you know the importance of the light cone and effect hit rate and some examples of the math being shown, how is this the answer for those who have worries on Silverwolf's consistency or her problems? Well, it's simple really. She'll be able to be more consistent with her skill kit with the light cone that is given for free, which allows her to be a very effective debuffer for any player, and building her becomes a lot more easier depending on what you like to achieve with her or what overall chance will satisfy your wants for your Silverwolf's performance. I also believe this light cone assists all debuffers. You can use this light cone on characters like Pela, Well, and so on if you want to have a bunch of effect hit rate and don't have many light cone options for them. This light cone is an amazing choice for your debuffers to become more consistent with their effects and for the enemy to be inflicted with whatever mean debuff is coming their way. Overall, I think this light cone will honestly be amazing, and in my opinion, will allow Silverwolf to actually be a bit more free-to-play friendly than you initially may have thought, which I'm always a fan since free things will always be something I'm up for. Speaking of free things though, can HoYoverse bless my Silverwolf pulls so I can pull her in one pull? And can they do the same for everyone who subscribes, leave a like, and comments on this video? Thank you HoYoverse for being so kind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree that this light cone is really good and it helps quite a lot? Or do you think Silverwolf will still struggle a lot on release? And if so, I'd love to know why. As always, I'd love to hear all your thoughts, and I hope all of you have a great one, and of course, look forward to that Silverwolf guide coming soon. Peace.